usual, we'll begin this review by looking at him in slow motion. The only thing I noticed there was not enough weight shift to the front side. He was a little late in driving his hips through. Let's go back to the setup position, which is pretty good. Setup looks good. Let's go ahead and draw the setup line in. That wasn't very good. Let's try it again. That's better. That's where the sweet spot of the club is. Let's watch him move into the shot now. Club a little bit above the line. It needed to be on the line or just a tiny bit above it, so that's pretty good. Good shoulder rotation there. Head still. Now he needs more hip drive. We need a little bit more hip movement because when his hands pass his body. But all in all, a pretty good shot and good contact. Nice job. Let's watch in slow motion. You can tell from the setup that she's going to swing to her right, pull the club across her body. And see how it goes? Right there, swings across the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at that in slow motion. And I'll show you why I saw that. At the setup position, you can see that the shoulders are open. The left knee is bent forward of the right knee. So basically everything's set up to go a little bit to the right of her foot line. Let's watch the takeaway now. Pretty good takeaway there. Nice passive hands. Club's out, stays outside the hands. Club face is parallel to the forearm. Pretty good move. Good move to the top of the backswing. Dropping the club down. There's where it comes over the top a little bit. See that? Over the top. So if we go back and we just draw that swing plane line in, we're going to see that she stays above it on the way back nicely. Her hands lift, and then she doesn't quite get it back down to the impact zone, and off to the left she's going to go. Need to work on dropping the club more to the inside. Focus in on this golfer's upper body, partly because the camera wasn't set up right. But let's go ahead and watch the takeaway. Put the power line in right there. What you saw was a pretty good swing. What happens is he just doesn't get himself down to the golf ball. He's not making impact with a firm lead wrist. So as he's coming in there, he's already breaking the wrist down there and swinging across the ball. We need to get him hitting with a firm lead wrist. Let's go ahead and watch this pitch in slow motion. Pay special attention to the right knee. It doesn't turn into the left knee. It kind of turns out. And right about as she comes in, see how it goes out? We've really got to drive the knee, the trail knee into the lead knee on these shots to get the proper rotation to the hips. So that's about the only thing she needs to work on. Other than that, that was a really good swing. Here we're watching a little chip shot in slow motion. Nice solid contact, good finish. What I liked is he rotated all the way through, with the exception of this foot right here. We need to get that foot rotating through a little bit more. That will allow the heel to come up, see your spikes, and get your hips fully rotated. Other than that, that was a good job. We'll take a look at this short pitch in slow motion. Not too bad, but we will see that the arms moved a little further than the body rotated on the backswing, and a little stiff there. If you're going to go back that far, the club should have a little momentum and start to hinge upwards a little bit. Let's go back to the the setup position. Impact and setup. Let's see how close he came to repeating his angles here. There's one. And there's the other one. Staying outside the line. Get a little drop to the inside there. Then his hands stay way above the line and the club's outside. Pretty open at that point. Then pulls up out of the shot a little bit. But all in all, pretty good move. I'd like to see a little more stable body. And again, let's see if we can turn that right knee a little bit more towards the left knee. Let's play this hosel honker in slow motion. See what happens. What happens here, and this happens quite often with an amateur golfer, is we do an anti-furic. We loop the club in the wrong direction. Let's start out with the club line. What you're going to see is the club goes way inside the club line on the way back. And then we're going to get up to here, and instead of looping it under, we're going to go over the top. Now watch the face of the club. See how wide open it is? At this point, the face of the club needs to be parallel with the lead arm, so it would be more on that line there instead of so open. You accomplish that by pronating or cupping the left wrist. And then he comes in, club's still wide open. Off to the right it goes. Notice the club is still open, still open, still open. So he never got the hands rotated around. First in slow motion, and then we'll pick on you. Same shot as before. We see the ball flaring off to the right so far. This is caused by the rotation of the club on the way back. What he's going to do is he's going to, instead of taking the club straight back by pushing the shoulder down, he's going to take the club back by rotating the hands in an effort to move the club head. Let's go ahead and draw the club line in. What he's going to do is he's going back. See how watch the right hand coming up over the top. Major rotation there. Lays the club well off the line, well below the line. Lifts it up. Now he's off plane considerably. He's coming in. The club's wide open again. Wide open there. Still open. Hits it out on the toe. Just a little more stable body, and let the hands do less, not more. Let's watch this little pitch chip, short chip in slow motion. What you're going to see is a really active right knee that does a really nice job. Keeps it flexed pretty well. See, it's turning right into the left knee. That's a really good swing. Keep that up. Try to do that with your full swing. Here we see an unorthodox setup, but it's going to work. Good rotation, good rhythm and tempo. Go ahead and watch this. Take a look at his setup. While it looks like he's set up kind of askew, his upper body is square to his target line. His lower body's off. He's got his foot planted in lots of different ways. He's just trying to find a way to get very comfortable. The club really does a good job of staying on or above the swing plane on the way back and right back through the shot. Pretty nicely done. Full swing, slow motion. Good result here. A couple of minor flaws, not too many. A little collapsing right there. See that right there? Getting his elbows a little far apart. I'd like to see the left arm being a little more extended away from the body. You'd like to keep the club head as far away from your chest at the top of your backswing as it is from the center of your chest at the bottom of your swing arc. So you can see as he comes into it, he's got to extend the arms down. But his timing was really good, and he did a great job of rotating hips, elbows, knees, everything back to the lead side. Notice he really drove his right knee into his left knee very nicely. Go. Slow motion. He lifts the club up on the way back initially and tries to route it back through. Actually did a pretty good job. Let's go back to that initial swing where he lifts the club up. So you'll see right here how he lifts. His whole body's lifting. I'd really rather you try to just push the left hand back, straight back with the left shoulder. A little bit of lifting there. See how his head is up and off the swing plane now, compared to where it was before. Now he's way up and off of it, and his arms aren't being able to go up his body. We'd really like to see the arms go up his chest. They're still down around the diaphragm. We're going to work a little on that to get him some more power. See, he pulls up out of the shot. Got great hand-eye coordination because he ended up making good contact. Here we see a nicely balanced athletic setup. Let's play the swing in slow motion. A little bit over the top and a little bit shut on the way back. Watch how shut the club is. See right there, it's shut. That's because the left arm is moved a long ways away from your body. If you cup your left arm a little closer to your body, your hands would be lower right now, and the face of the club would be more open or ready for rotation. So we get up here. Now you pull your arm in there pretty snug. You're turning into the shot. See how tight the arms are there? The club is starting to rotate closed. I think you'll gain some more power and a little more accuracy by trying to keep that upper arm tighter to your body on the way back.